Hello students, so today we are going to this study survey. Survey under Rajasthan Land Revenue Act. Survey is mentioned from 100 to 112, but from 100 to 105 is already explained in the land slide, in the land PowerPoint presentation. So let's move forward to section 106. So section 106 is survey or resurvey. So the state government can direct with notification of or in the official gazette that the survey or resurvey of some local area shall be made, and each such local area shall, from the date of said notification, be held to be under survey and record operations until the issue of another notification declaring such operations to be closed therein. So this means that the state government can order for a survey or resurvey of a local area, and from the date when the survey notification is given, from that day such area should be under the under the survey and record operations, and it should remain in that state until and unless there is a notification declared with the closing of such operations, and this notification is to be given to the official gazette. Section 107, record operations. So the state government can also direct in with respect to such local areas which are already surveyed, for which the surveys are already done, that a general or partial revision of records of such local area shall be made, and such local area should be held under the record operations until such operations are also closed. Now, section 108, record officer. So, the state government, with the issue of notification according to section 106 and for under 107 and 106, it can appoint a additional land record officer to be in charge of such operations referred, and unless a permanent till, additional landlord officer shall have been appointed to the area brought under such operations. And this is the shall point. So as I've already explained, in the shall ones it is compulsory for the government to do so, and in the may it can do if it deems fit. So it can, if it wants, appoint any assistant land record officer if it deems fit. Now, section 109, mode of conducting operations. The operations that are referred under 106 and 107 shall be in charge of the Director of Land Records and should be conducted with the manner that is prescribed in the state government. Section 110, assistance in survey of boundaries. When an area is under the survey and record operations, then the land record officer shall issue a proclamation informing all the estate holders and the tenants that such area that they are bound to render such assistance. They should assist in this kind of surveys that will be taking place, and that will be required for the survey of the boundaries of the village as well as for the boundaries of the field. Section 2 of section 110 is the land record officer can issue a proclamation directing all the estate holders and tenants of the area under survey and record operations to erect within 15 days such boundary marked as it may think necessary to define the limits of such village, estates or fields, and in default of their compliance, if there is a default in compliance to this time specified in the proclamation, then he can himself cause such boundary marks to be erected at their cost. Now, section 111, decision of disputes as to boundaries. In case of any dispute concerning any boundaries, then the land record officer can decide on such dispute so far as possible on the basis of the existing survey maps, and where this is not possible, then where such maps are not available, then on the basis of actual possession. If in the course of such inquiry in a dispute under this section 111, if the land record is unable to satisfy that the party who is in the possession or is shown in the possession has obtained obtained such possession by a wrongful dispossession of the lawful occupants within a period of 3 months previous to the commencement of the inquiry, then the land record officer can ascertain by summary inquiry who is part he is entitled to possession and shall then fix the boundary accordingly. Section 112, Preparation of map and field work. In respect of every local area or part thereof under survey and record operations, the land record officer should go in with the rules that are made by the government, and it should prepare for each village and each portion of the village comprised in such area or part a map for a map and a field book. So a map and a field book should be made by the land record officer for such villages or such a portion of open area which in every local area which are under surveys and which are under record operations. Section 112, Preparation of record of rights. In respect of every local area which are under surveys and which are under local record operation or which are only under record operations, then the land record officer should frame for each village and for portion of village comprise a record of rights. Section 114, Contents of record of rights. Now what should be the contents of such record of rights are explained in this section. So the record of rights that are prepared by the land record officer is to be prepared with the prescribed manner that is uh, told by the state government, and it should consist of the following: a kehwat. So this is to say a register of all estate holders in the area under survey and record operations or under record operations, specifying that the nature and the extent of the interest of each of his co-sharers, the mortgage in possession, and persons holding the land from him otherwise than as tenants, if any. A Katoni, that is to say, a register of all persons cultivating or otherwise holding or occupying land in such area, specifying the particulars that are required under 121. A register of all the persons who are holding land in such area with free of rent or revenue, and other registered as may be prescribed. So it is talking about the maintenance of registers for various purposes, mentioning various uh, details of such areas. Section 115, Inviting claims to lands appearing to have no owner. When any local area is under a survey and it is under the record operation or it is only under the record operation, then the land record officer should make it should make limits of all lands in such area which appear to him that there is no lawful owner. So in such kind of lands, it should make limits in this kind of lands where there is no lawful owner, if it appears to him if there is no lawful owner, and it shall thereupon it should issue a proclamation declaring his intention to demarcate such lands as the property of the state, and invite and also inviting any person who has any claims to or over them to present before such a kind of property is demarcated to the uh, prop- to the state, and this should be done within 3 months from the date of such proclamation made, and a petition in writing uh, should be set forth for such claims and the grounds therefore. If any such petition is presented, then the land record officer shall decide summarily after making necessary inquiry. Thank you.